Welcome to the Museum of Aquarium and Pet History. This one you're going to love. So grab your mocha java, your caramel macchiato, your little glass of port, whatever your poison may be. Have a seat, and you're going to like this one. Okay, so I know what this one is. And it is double boxed. All right. Okay, so this is a little small, I don't think it's quite 5 gallons. It looks like it's probably about 3 gallons. And it looks very much like a Peerless aquarium, which was a company made, it was around about 1910, but it's not a Peerless. It does have the bulb edge glass, which was the way they used to make float glass, was it would create this bulb edge. And then they figured out that, hey, we could sell this for shelving. So a lot of the old department stores back in the 20s to the 60s all used this bulb edge glass because it wouldn't cut the consumer. But the aquarium companies, the Art Deco companies that made aquariums also used it. Now this looks like it was originally gold painted, possibly even red painted. It doesn't look aluminum. Some of them were made out of aluminum. This is actually steel. It's really cool. It's 1920s, 1930s, right in there, probably 1930s. But what's really cool about it is on the bottom, it says Grassyfork, Indianapolis. So this was in fact an aquarium that was sold by the Grassyfork Company. The Grassyfork Company was the first goldfish producer in the United States. They started in 1899. They closed in 1970. They actually sold to Ozark Fisheries, which was their friends in Missouri. They were in Indiana. So anyways, Grassyfork, what collectors love about Grassyfork is their catalogs were spectacular, and they listed all kinds of intricate 1920s fishbowl stands, fish bowls, ornaments, you name it. It was all in their catalog. And they did about a 10-year, 15-year run on their catalogs, which they had amazing stuff. They said they had their own manufacturing plant. I think they probably farmed everything out, but they did have a warehouse. I believe they had one in Chicago, and they had a small warehouse in Indiana where they were located. Ozark bought them out in 1970, and Ozark is a great company in their own right. They started in the 1920s as a trout farm, and they quickly got into goldfish, and then they probably were friends, Grassyfork and Ozark, and in the 70s they bought them out, and Ozark's still in business today. I believe it's on its 3rd or 4th generation, so kudos to you guys at Ozark. That's pretty amazing that you've gone that far. So that is just a beautiful little tank with bulb edge glass made probably almost 100 years ago, and from Grassyfork. So that's that one. Okay, one more box. Whew. All right, so this one I got lucky. I found it, I believe, online. Sometimes you find stuff in stores. Don't discount going into antique shops and antique malls, because you never know. I went to this giant antique mall. It took me an hour to get through it, but I found one old 1920s 3Vs bird item. So, and bird items are real collectible right now. So I was happy to find that. It's worth my hour. But this is a little catnip ball from Dr. Daniels. Dr. Daniels is probably one of the most famous veterinary companies that made products for animals, for dogs mostly. Dogs, cats, cows, that kind of thing. This was made for cats. That was a little catnip ball, which I think came later on. I don't think this is when they're in the 1800s. I think this was like in the 1920s when they started this. But that is pretty darn cool. All right, that's it for this week. Thank you guys. And again, stay safe, stay happy, and I'll see you again next week. All right, take care.